Blessed One. The undivided body of your unborn mind is indeed the deathless body that rests upon the power of its own noble wisdom. It holds on to nothing and it needs nothing. Being complete in itself, it is permanently fulfilled, and anyone finding this body will find the light, truth and path to nirvanic self-awakening. In accordance with the perfect imagelessness of your deathless self-nature, your unborn mind is flawless and radiates with the 32 perfect marks of completeness, something any composed body of any type or function could never imitate. True perfection is real and found only in that which is. Thus true perfection is the complete imagelessness of your unborn mind, shining as such in spirit before the dividing interference of its temporal consciousness. Artificial perfection is apparent only as thus within the boundaries of the temporal consciousness. A deceptive beast of burden we bodhisattvas know well and have since beginningless time declared as the evil one, which by its self-empty and highly addictive nature appears and stupefies a passionate spirit. A spirit that controls its passions can control this beast. But indeed it is far better to penetrate the boundaries of this beast and review its impermanent and deceptive nature from a high vantage point, where your undivided light of clarity is stronger and its divided light of deception is weaker. To believe that the apparent interactions of images and their apparent rapid transformations between form and emptiness is the absolute reality of your unborn mind and thus your true self, Blessed One, is to open the door to much spiritual misfortune. Even further on, to believe that the real can be found in the midst of the temporal consciousness, is to not see, to not know, nor possessing the true nature of the unborn mind, but only acting and speaking with the robe of ignorance deeply engraved in spirit and mind. Blessed One. It is the minutest attention to its basic structure that reveals its architecture and its ability to divide, distort and conform with the passions and desire images of a self-ignorant spirit. But penetrate this architecture on its smallest level and one will find nothing but emptiness. To find the divine power of your unborn mind, one has to go even further. For it is the sheer imagelessness of your noble wisdom, Blessed One, that empowers and enables the very appearance of this highly morphic and artificial field of desire. Your indiscriminate compassion is limitless and is aroused within their desires. Yet when they seek and find completeness in you, for their sake, it will end. For it is so. Where your unborn mind heals and enlightens with the indisputable perfection of its content, the temporal consciousness deceives with the apparent perfection of its appearance. Blessed are those whom realize that where there is great power in the world of this consciousness, there is also room for great error. Anyone abiding in your undivided light recants such power, for it is the very base of spiritual corruption and great suffering. To train one's spirit and mind diligently in possessing the nirvanic body of the unborn is to possess the lamp that clearly reveals the way of one's true self. It is to know the origination of one's own true nature and thus behold the nirvanic completeness of your unborn mind. To become one with your unborn mind is to become spiritually immersed in the undivided awareness power of your divine body, not becoming lost in the defiled consciousness of the evil one. Being spiritually immersed in the sheer and undivided awareness power of your unborn mind and nothing else is the very meaning of nirvana. In the perfect reality of your unborn mind there is nothing but the absolute reality of your permanent body of truth, the Dharmakaya. Hence its nirvanic nature. Whoever awakes completely with the permanent awareness of the Dharmakaya, holding no further residues of a temporal consciousness and its myriad bodies of desire, in spirit and mind, is thus one dwelling in pari-nirvana. The nirvanic freedom this incomparable wisdom and power offers in pari-nirvana is impossible to reveal here, and thus it remains a mystery to all except those who have found true completeness in the unborn mind. Blessed One. As it is foretold and as I have vowed since beginningless time, I am both the destroyer of evil and compassionate revealer of truth. In the Dharma ending age of each spirit, I will be the bringer of your undivided light to those whom suffer from the deceptions of the evil one. Whoever is able to behold my true nature as such at the time of my revelation, will know and behold their own true nature. The time of my revelation will not be mistaken. For once it is clear in the mind of every awakened spirit, a great eagerness will arise within their kindled spirit to behold your wisdom with the true eye of the Buddha Dhamma. Empowered with this eye of truth, I will reveal to them the power that ascends and releases spirit from all evil and thus all further suffering. Blessed One. To instantly dwell in the Dharmakaya is to instantly see, to instantly know and to instantly believe, without any fear of corruption or doubt, that what shines simply and clearly as itself, is simply itself and nothing else. Thus the awakened discovers the miracle of the real, beholding the real, the pure, undefiled, nirvanic sight of your true nature and thus their own. Whosoever witnesses and fully abides in this incomparable light of noble wisdom, having spirit and mind purified from its last defilement, will indeed embrace the nirvanic revelation of their true body. The culmination of this is a blazing tenfold ascension towards the self-fulfillment of awakening in the permanent kingdom of their own absolute reality, the Dharmakaya. This final awakening is indeed to taste the fruits of pari-nirvana, being able in spirit and mind to bask in your compassionate presence. For your true body is indeed deathless, a permanent and indestructible reality that in itself has no shadows and thus no room for error and suffering. It is the absolute body of one's own spirit, which was there in the beginning, is without end and remains in all its glory. That which is what it is. Having said this, the great Maitreya bowed 3 times towards the Blessed One and withdrew to the first row, in the great spiritual hall of Sampagagaya.